Captain Eric here with the Jolly Roger Aviation channel. It is 35 degrees, cold and raining here in Seattle. I'm gonna go 2,400 nautical miles all the way down to Fort Myers, Florida. I'm gonna go check out the beach, the white sugary sands, the mangroves, the coastal waterways. Let's go check out Fort Myers. $5 a gallon, 20 gallons, $100 to fill up my truck here in Washington State. Let me know in the comments where you live, what's your price per gallon right now. All right, I just pulled up my dispatch release and my flight plan. So what I'm gonna do is go into the JEPS app and put the route in there. So KSEA, Seattle, that's my departure city, and KRSW, that's Fort Myers, Florida. And I'm going to paste the route from the flight plan in there. So that is gonna give me the map, overall map of that. Take out the range rings to clean it up a little bit, zoom in, check it out, about 2,400 nautical miles to get down to Fort Myers today. Next step, I'm gonna go back into the flight plan, look at the dispatch release. I'm looking for any weird MELs or any kind of maintenance notes in there. There's nothing on this flight, so that makes it a little bit easier. And then I'm gonna look into detail at the flight plan. It's R1, that's the coded route, 5 hours, 14 minutes of flight time, 33,000 feet and about 32,000 pounds of fuel burn just to get there. So I'm gonna copy that R1 flight plan, and then I'm gonna go check out the weather for that flight. So we're gonna use the WSI app, Pilot Brief. I'm gonna go into that app on my iPad, upper right-hand corner. You'll see me typing in ASA 454, that was our flight number, and pull it up, and it's gonna have all of the flight plans for that flight. R1 was the coded route that we were doing. Select that, select 33,000 feet, and that's gonna give me the turbulence for that route. Kind of taking a look so I can brief my flight attendants when I expect it to be bumpy, somewhere there in the Colorado area. That was about 2 hours into the flight. I'm gonna go down to Florida, see what that's looking like, switch it over to radar right there, and look, no real significant weather radar in Florida either. So that's a nice surprise. It's usually kind of thunderstorm buildups down there in the afternoon, but not this time of year, not too bad. A little bit of weather in the Wyoming, Colorado area, 25,000 feet. We should be clearing that, no problem. Don't expect that to be an issue for our flight today down to Fort Myers. And one last look up in the departure area out of Seattle. Yep, rain, snow in the higher elevations. No big deal. Let's go to Fort Myers.
Hey folks from the flight deck, as you get seated back there, welcome aboard. My name's Eric, I'm your captain. Justin is your first officer. 4 awesome flight attendants in the back cabin for a 5-hour, 14-minute flight out to Fort Myers today. Cruising at 33,000 feet initially as we burn off some fuel. We'll get lighter and climb up higher, hopefully find a smooth ride. There's some forecast turbulence about 2 hours into the flight. I brief our flight attendants on that, so it might affect our service, our in-flight service a little bit. Weather out in Fort Myers right now at 72 degrees. The biggest issue out there is it's windy. It's about 20 miles an hour, gusting to 35. Otherwise, pretty nice ceiling and visibility out there. Welcome on board. We'll be underway just as soon as we get everybody on board and those bags loaded.
So I had all these plans on doing all this talking and showing you around Naples, Florida, and all that stuff. But start on the West Coast, 4:30 in the morning. Come out here to the East Coast. You're pretty tired, so just went downstairs, had dinner with the crew. Calling it a night. We'll talk more in the morning.
Well, good morning. It's about 9:30 here on the East Coast. Been up for about an hour. You know, I always wake up on the West Coast time zone, but we're here in Fort Myers, aka Naples. It's nice temperatures, like 72 degrees. But I want to head over there to the coast. There's a park and a pathway that walks through there. So I'm gonna get up, get ready, get my coffee, get some breakfast, and I'm gonna try to take the drone out there. But you know, I'm afraid if I fly it, the drone's gonna end up somewhere in Key West or something. It is howling out there, but we'll see. We'll go try it out. The old white sugary sands of the Gulf Coast of Florida. I missed this, haven't seen this or really felt it since the Navy back in OCS in Pensacola. That white sugary sand, there's nothing like it. You know, the gray that we have in Seattle is a real thing. This time of year, it's sad. There'll be times when you don't see the sun for months on end. And that's one thing I really enjoy about my job is it gets me out of that gray in the winter. It gets me to Florida, Hawaii, you know, all these places, Arizona, Mexico. So it is nice. Even on a day like this, it's overcast, it's 74 degrees, it's blustery, but hey, this still beats 35 degrees and rain back in Seattle, so it's not a bad gig. Evidently this whole area is called Clam Pass, where I just walked out through the mangroves out to the beach and back. I guess this whole area is called Clam Pass or Clam Bay, don't know. I think it's gonna call it a day. Gonna head up to my room. Got about 4 hours before my van. Might take a quick nap. I'm still kind of off sync with the time zones. Grab some lunch and head back to Seattle.
was a pretty uneventful flight back from Fort Myers. Just under 6 hours to get here. A little bit of bumps in the Dakotas, but otherwise not too bad. It's 10 p.m. in Seattle. I got an hour drive home, a 9-hour layover essentially in my home base, another hour drive back, and I got to be back here at SeaTac at 10 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to Maui, so I'm going to sign out from this video, get some sleep, and make sure you tune in for the next one, because I'm going to take you to a couple of my favorite eating spots. I'm a big foodie. I love food. I'm going to take you to a couple of my favorite eating spots out in Maui. Thanks for watching.